is defined by Aristotle as a zoon, and then, of course, reflect on that continuously, which is not an animal, it's a living being. A living being, logon, excuse me for the Greek, logon ekon meaning having, better translation would be disposing of, having at its disposal. The logos, which means have everything from, it's not just voice, there's another word in Greek for that, animals have voices, but it's speech. Speech, therefore discourse, therefore discussion or dialogic relationship, therefore rationality or communicative action, if you like. So this is the first definition, and the second one is exactly on the same level. Is anthropos, means a being. Again, the most famous one perhaps. No, they are both famous. Is it zoon, a living being? Excuse me, this is Greek. Physae or physae, according to nature. Politikon, which I translate as the being, the living being, who naturally, therefore, or necessarily, naturally lives in a city. Now, if you accept the idea, which I think is, well, everybody agrees on that, is completely justified by the places where Aristotle proposes one or the other or both of his definitions. The two qualities, the two ways of defining the essence of man must be entirely correlated. It's because humans live in cities that they fully dispose of the logos, of the discourse. But then the distinctions within the city will have to mirror, to reflect the fact that different individuals or different types of individuals do not have the same relationship to language. And again, this is very strange because we're not in a bourgeois era. I will come to that. He's not classifying humans. He's not saying, for example, as the bourgeois writers would say after 1789, to resist the pressure of women who, like Olympe de Gouges or Mary Wollstonecraft, we can be citizens just as men. And then the discourse of the 19th century invent the idea that women ontologically, so to speak, are different from men. And men, as we know, are made for public activities, their qualities, and women to care children and love and love their loving ones. That's not the kind of argument that you find in Aristotle. And also for the slaves, you do not find racist arguments of the type, even if some Greeks, and that's not his point of view. Some Greeks would believe that in fact the citizen is a superior type of humanity and the manual worker is somehow inferior. You hardly find this in Aristotle. It's functional. But the fact is that it exactly matches certain anthropological distinctions. So the description becomes the following. And I end with that. Each of them opening a huge problem, of course. Becomes the following. The citizens are those who talk to one another, as I said, on equal standing. So one of them speaks, and then the other. and it continues like that. Whereas as soon as you pass to the unequal relationship, the situation becomes the opposite. There's one who speaks all the time, or most of the time, or speaks with authority, and the other one who listens. Aristotle is very embarrassed. He's an honest man. He says it's important that the obeying individual, the servant, for example, be able to understand the orders that he's taking from his master. Therefore, it must be intelligent too, to some extent. It cannot work only with lashes. How to say, do this rather than that if the other doesn't. But then there are different types of speaking and listening. So I put them in this order because essentially what Aristotle explains is the son will become a father in turn. But the father will never become a son